Hey, Jeff advised me today to maybe elaborate a little bit of what I was writing about on the blog today. If you haven't, check it out on my authentic me. Um, I'm feeling really heavy today, really just heavy in my spirit, and that there aren't many days like that for me because I choose that. But this is definitely one, even in this beautiful setting. Finally, have decent weather. But I wanted to elaborate and maybe go into more detail about my struggle, my journey. I am one that, even from a little kid, I knew my role was to be strong, independent, and I learned at a very young age to hold it all in and just deal with it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's just who I was. People didn't expect me to need things or to whatever. And as you grow older and life gets more difficult or things just happen, you can't always be that person. You can't carry all of that. And I'm originally, as most of you know, from Indiana. My daily schedule from the time Michaela was born until we moved here, and that's a long time, that's 14 years. There were months, honestly, that I was bedridden. I went years where my average sleep pattern was 3 hours a night. My husband felt so bad for me. It's like, take these painkillers with a glass of wine. I mean, it was just to the point where I wasn't functioning at all. I have had 10 surgeries and or procedures to correct issues that don't really get fixed. I was diagnosed with severe fibromyalgia at about 25 years old and told that I would not live to see 30. Well, obviously, I fought, and I fought hard. My daily routine was to get up at 4:35 in the morning, because you still have to work, you still have two little kids you got to take care of, and just to walk around my house. I would start in the upstairs and then go up and down the stairs when I felt more mobile to do that. That took about an hour, and then after that hour, I would have the privilege to work out for another 45 minutes in excruciating pain, all the while just to limber up and loosen up my body. And these are silent diseases like fibromyalgia, lupus, Raynaud's. A lot of these autoimmune disorders were silent sufferers because you can't see the internal pain, and because there might not be like blood squirting from our bodies, or we're not one to complain, or whatever the case may be. People will judge you, and people do judge you. And I've kind of sat back and just like let it roll off. I'm not doing that anymore because I have other family members. I have nieces. I have my kids as well. They're suffering. There are things that, like, if you don't see it, take the person at their word. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm not one to complain, ask for help, or do anything. I am a fighter. I work for what is mine, and anyone that knows me knows that. But when your daily routine starts at 4:30, and you literally, by 2 o'clock, 2:30, when I would get off work, I was in so much pain from just teaching and being around my students that I would have to go home and do it all again. And guess what? It's not because I'm obsessed with being a size 2 or 125 pounds. It's not. I never was in Indiana. I never was that size. Never. It's to maintain a lifestyle for my husband, for myself, and most of all for my children. And to be an example to them that no matter what, you have to fight for what you want and get in this life. Okay? I didn't complain. I didn't say, God, why me? I just stepped up and did it. And I don't want accolades, but I certainly do not deserve to be judged because I look a certain way, and I lost so many friends because I would have to cancel plans. Well, guess what? By the time I got through taking care of what I had to do, I had nothing left to give to anybody else. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. I don't really care anymore. I'm tired of being persecuted because I can't be there for somebody else. If you screw up your life, I would love to be there for you as much as possible, and I have strived to do so. And I'm not talking to anyone in particular. I'm just saying in general. I guarantee you there's somebody in your life right now that is suffering in silence because they don't feel that they can go to you or somebody, and they're alone. And luckily, I had my husband. I mean, I would not know what to do if I didn't have him all these years, because there were times where he had to carry me to the bathtub. He had to wash my hair. It's not a good place to be, okay? And I'm expressing this not for sympathy, not for anything, but to open people's eyes. there are some of us that don't fit the mold, whatever that may be, on being sick, on being ill, on needing help. You know, I can guarantee you that yesterday I couldn't even hold my head up. Seriously, got home from running 2 errands, and for the first time leaving the house in a week, and I felt horrible. Words cannot express the pain that I'm in, even right now. But you look at me and you see, oh, well, look at her, she's a size 2, she's 125 pounds. And what? My daily schedule, again, here recently, has diverted back to that of Indiana. I get up, I slowly move around in order to do a workout, and I only work out to hopefully feel a little bit better, and then only to have to repeat it the next day. That is the worst feeling, to do all this work only to maintain and then have to wake up again the next day, if you sleep that whopping 2 to 4 hours, to repeat. There's been a week I haven't even left my house. My life right now is to go to the doctor, to go to my other appointments, and the grocery store. That's really my time. And to be honest, I'm struggling to maintain that. So the next time that I'm not there for you, or you think I'm doing something, saying something about you, talking about you, if you've told me something in confidence, trust me when I say I'm not dealing with it. It's not because I don't care. If I don't come back at you right away with a text or something like that, it's not because I don't care. It's because I don't have the ability. If I have proven to you to be there for you in any type of relationship, try to count on that. Know that I could be hurting. Know that I might need you to step up and pray for me and help for me. Okay? I'm not asking anyone to feel sorry for me. I'm just asking for the respect that I give others. I'm asking for the acknowledgement, and God forbid, maybe a prayer and help. I refuse, and I mean refuse anymore, to take your sin and your blame, your insecurity, and make it my own. I'm not doing it. And none of you should. If there are people out there that have screwed up their own life, or just crap happens, to good people. Look at me. I really feel like I live my life a certain way and want to bless other people. But crap happens. It does. You can just roll over and die and say, poor me, or do your best to work through it. And that's what I'm choosing to do. But what, again, I'm not going to put up with is family, friends, or I don't even care if you're a stranger. I will call you out. I will call you out. If you think I've done something, call me. I'll admit it. I'll tell you. I don't care. But I just can no longer take on other people's issues with me, especially with me, when I'm just trying to stay afloat myself. If I have truly offended you, if you come to me, I will analyze myself and apologize. But that's where I draw the line. If I have done something to you, I haven't done anything to you if I can't fix your problems. I haven't done anything to you if I don't respond in the way you think I should. I don't care about it, okay? Especially for those that have made their issues, okay? I didn't ask to get sick. There's people out there that don't ask to get lupus, cancer, anything, whatever. Go through financial struggles. But the people that continually have this pattern of dropping and kind of, we all know who they are. I seriously have no one in mind specifically right now, but I'm just saying, if you are seriously in the same problem financially or in a relationship that you were 20 years ago, it could be you. And I'm not going to take the blame for that situation. I'm not going to take the blame if people don't want to be around you. I'm not going to take the blame if you don't have what you want. I'm not going to take the blame. And nobody else out there should. And I want to seriously encourage anybody that is like me to stand up and tell their story, because there's many of us that are going through this silently. And we're judging a book by its cover. We're judging the pretty wrapping. And I can no longer, and people say, well, you don't tell us. Well, guess what? I'm telling you now. I've been telling you, but now I'm telling you. So I can put you on blast the next time you don't return a text message of mine, or call me back and I'm still waiting a year. But if I don't do that to you, I'm the bad person. I'm sorry. Don't take that. I take credit for the good that I do, and I take full responsibility from all of my mistakes. If I mistreat someone, I will admit it. But if I didn't treat you a certain way just because you did this or whatever, no, that's your problem, not mine. So, again, I'm not saying this to be mean to people. I'm saying this so we can educate one another, okay? So the sick people that are suffering in silence, whether it's depression or an autoimmune disorder, whatever it may be, they can step forward and share their journey. Say, I need help. And for the love of God, for those people that say they care about them, but they've always been the strong one, they've always been the stable one, I'm hoping that this opens your eyes that sometimes you will go through struggles alone. You will go through certain things by yourself. It's not that other people don't care or love you. It's simply because they don't have it to give. And that's all I'm saying. So I will continue to pray for people. I really do. I strive to always have a smile on my face. Today might not be one of those days, but that's okay. There's always, tomorrow, God willing. But just for the love of God and all that is good in the world, do your best to get to know the person's soul, to see with more than your eyes. And I'm telling you about me because I want there to be a change, not just for me, but for everybody else. I can name 10 people right now that I know are struggling with stuff like this in silence because they were always the go-to person. And sometimes that go-to person needs someone else to go to. So I encourage you to step up and step out with whatever role. If it's you're in my situation right now and you're sick and you need the help, let us know. Let us know. And if you're going through some stuff, whether you did it to yourself or not, step it, deal with it and make the proper changes instead of, honestly, for the lack of, I hate to sound so harsh, step up and just stop playing the victim. It's as simple as that. I hope that this blesses somebody because, it takes a lot for me to get on here and really tell my story. And I only told maybe a quarter of it, but just know the struggle that I go through on a daily basis. And I have fought tooth and nail and sacrificed a lot to live the way I live now. And I will continue to do so. But I will not continue again anymore to take anyone's judgment of me and persecution of me based on their own issues or insecurities. That's on you. So God bless, and I hope this has helped someone, and thanks for listening.